So I think we're about to see a whole bunch of new cities, either in Australia, North America, or South America. There are pretty much settlers going all around the world right now. I mean, at this point, there are probably so many civs that have settlers going for the New World or Australia that I can't even probably name them all because I'm going to miss so many. I'm going to guess, honestly, about a dozen civs with settlers heading towards one of those locations. Easily a dozen civs. Maybe not easily, but over a dozen civs. So obviously all the great powers, Chukchi, the Shanu, and the Congo, I've seen with them. A lot of minor powers that we're all forgetting about, like Greece. We've got the Vandals now coming over here. The Vandals in the middle of Africa. So they're going somewhere, maybe for the Caribbean. We still have Spain rushing over this way. Finland trying to reinforce. We've got Russia. We still don't know what Russia's doing. Still Persia, obviously settling. Crazy stuff. The Mongols, the Persians. Of course, Persians are always settling somewhere. Ethiopia, probably. If we look close enough, Ethiopia probably is a settler. I don't see one, but they probably do at some point. Anyways, let's go to the next turn. Ooh, more planes. This time from Persia. So some of the first nations to get planes is kind of interesting. Maybe Persia's thinking about a war, or maybe just defending themselves. Looks like Finland is at war with Persia. I actually didn't know about that. Shanu have pretty big air force as well. Nothing from the Chukchi, though, which is interesting. So this war is starting to shift. It's like kind of a teeter-totter. It's shifting back and forth every turn, but it's starting to look like it's going to be Japan that ends up coming out on top. Not sure if it's because of Japanese reinforcements. I'm guessing that's got to be it. But Korea's losing a lot of units. And we still don't know what the Shanu or the Chukchi, the two major powers in the region, are going to do about it, because the Chukchi are at war with Mongolians, and it's just the weirdest war ever, because the Mongolians can take this over. The Mongolians can take this over, but they're not. They're pillaging tiles, and I'm just so confused. I don't get it. Unless I'm wrong, but I don't know. Korea peaced out with the Champa, didn't even realize that was going on. We've got Kazakhstan, of course, always settling too. Babylon has adopted order. Interesting. And, whoa. Okay, two big things happened there. Of course, Carthage took this southern French city away, but Carthage is probably going to lose their capital, so that's going to be interesting. Now, does Persia and the Huns have any immediate borders? Yes, Drew, obviously. There is a very, very immediate border. Crystal Redentor, man, the Chukchi are building every single wonder. It's insane. They're just building every single wonder. That is... Oh, okay, so that is going to fall for sure. That's why Persia was building these planes up. They probably realized that there was a war brewing. Oh my gosh, and I forgot about all of these colonies here. Okay, so that's the second big world war. This is pretty big. I'm not sure why I'm not as excited about it as the Japanese. I think because the Japanese never do well. So to see the Japanese look like they're going to win an offensive war was pretty fun. The Papal States have adopted autocracy. This is still really big, don't get me wrong. This is still huge. But it's going to take a long time for us to see any sort of major results, because the Huns are going to mainly focus on taking back these northern cities. Taking away these northern cities. And actually, this should be really... If it is really one-sided for Attila, which is the way it's looking, the Huns very quickly could become that fourth major power. Very quickly. Oh my gosh, what is Finland doing? Finland's thinking something here. Finland is definitely thinking something. No artillery weapons, huh? Still no artillery. That's really strange. Weird. Okay, so yeah, the Pope has adopted autocracy. That's kind of weird now that I think about it. Pope wants to rule the Papal States with an iron fist. That's awesome. Well, riflemen will maybe make a slight difference, but not the biggest difference for the Goths. For Budapest. That's the unfortunate part, is the Goths could play a much bigger role in Europe, but they're so distracted by the siege of Budapest that they can't do anything. They can't do anything at all. The Ashanti coming with their own forces, trying to take away some British settlements. Here come the Vandals. Assyria kind of discovering the region. Indonesia discovering the region. We've got Japan over here. The Chukchi with infantry is very scary. Very, very scary. The Shanu still have not settled, right? The Shanu are going to settle right next to the Chukchi, which is, I think, the Chukchi is very afraid. Not very afraid, but they're somewhat afraid of the Shanu, I think. And vice versa, but the Shanu seem to be very aggressive. Extremely aggressive. There's a little bit of reinforcements here, which is good for the British. Alright, so here we go. The Japanese are about to move. Oh, yeah, what's going on with Siam? Well, I gotta give them credit. They gotta watch this area, because this is scary for them. Siam needs to defend the city. Luckily, it's hidden behind this valley. So they're really lucky in that situation. Real quick, let's check on Japan, and they'll go back to Siam. Alright, major conflicts. Huge conflicts. It's crazy. Which I love it, because the colonization is now taking a back seat to the conflicts, which is exactly what I wanted. So the Navy, is it the Korean Bay? I always forget. I want to call it the Gulf of Korea so bad, but I'm pretty sure it's the Bay of Korea or something. I'm pretty sure it's the Bay of Korea. It's almost vacant. There's no more ships anymore here, which means Japan will have an easy assault. I have my spy now in on Japan, but we'll check on Kyoto maybe in the next one. Yeah, maybe the next video. Try to check on Kyoto. Okay, so real quick, let's see what happens with France. France, what are you gonna do? Boom. All right. So France is beginning the siege of Carthage. They lost this siege again for like the third straight time they had a chance. They lost it. Let's go back to Siam. He needs to continue to reinforce this city because he doesn't want to lose this. In terms of population, these aren't the best cities, but they're footholds. They're meant to be footholds to buy ships. They're coastal. So this will only continue to make this Siamese navy even more dominant. And Siam's moving towards this. I'm very scared for them. You know what? This is good. I didn't even realize this, but the Marathans, the Marathi are moving through Mauryan territory to take back the city, which is going to be incredibly hard no matter how many number of units you have because of the valley. So this has left their capital relatively unprotected. Woo, this is heating up. This is going to be, I think, a very interesting naval conflict between the Congo and the Siamese at some point. They both seem like they're the strongest. Ethiopia is so weird. They really do want to be an island nation. That's awesome, though. That's really cool. And Russia has landed inside of Australia. These are Russian, right? Yeah, because Chola died. So they will not be settling. The Scottish didn't get open borders, right? I mean, they can at any point. They're trading with Persia. Oh, no, Prussia. No, they're trading with actually Norway. But they cannot move through Prussian territory. Scandinavia has stayed really quiet. Very, very quiet as of lately. Okay, so Syria is going to get involved in the Carthaginian War. Syria is lucky to be alive, though. Remember that the Ottomans and Babylon are still at war, and we now have the Huns going after Persia, which is so big. Which is, I would say, for a lot of you guys, you'd probably say it was bigger than the Korean-Japanese War. I just think I like the two that are taking, I really like the two that, you know what, if we were playing a traditional world map with civs on North and South America, this would be, the Japanese War, well, what am I trying to say here? The Japanese War wouldn't be as big, but because Japan has such a good hold on California, it makes it bigger. And on Australia. Because Japan is that colonial powerhouse, it makes it a little bit bigger because they've got this opportunity to be such a bigger power in this location. The Huns in Persia is not as big because they're not colonial powerhouses as much. Persia is, but not the Huns. The Huns are trying. I'll give them credit for that. Alright, so this city's already in red. The problem is this Caspian force. The Caspian force is going to never let this city stay in the hands of the Huns. But they're at least going to destroy most of the population living within the city. So evil, I know. They're going to at least destroy at least they'll kill everybody. It's all good. Good job, Huns. Just kill everybody. This is actually a pretty good city to take hold of. 16 population. They're a little bit distracted, though. There's actually very big cities up here. Wouldn't be surprised if the Shanu try to get involved. against Persia as well. Shanu also with planes. Let's check on the new worlds. So 1 new Chukchi city. So we now have 4. Just in kind of the middle, kind of the heart of Texas once again. There go the Sioux with an additional city. That looks weird. That icon placement looks very strange for some reason. Because the city's name is only 2 words. 2 letters. 2 letters. Come on, Drew. Learn how to English. Learn how to English better. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. So yeah, I was right. Greece is went around the Cape Horn, right? Yeah, Cape Horn. Maybe Greece is going for Australia. I don't know. I'm not going to judge them. Maybe they're going for an island. Maybe they want to be an island nation like Ethiopia. The great island nation of Ethiopia. It already sounds great. Make Ethiopia great again. You could do it, Ethiopia. Make Ethiopia island again. Hashtag make Ethiopia island again. That will be the next big trend on Twitter. Or at least in this YouTube comment section down below. I don't know why I like that so much. Make Ethiopia island again. We'll have to say that next series. Because I imagine that Ethiopia won't be islanding. So, yeah. And boom. So that right there, I think Japan just gained a significant advantage over this war with that placement there. Because we now have multiple units. Jeez, this is a big city. I mean, that icon just kind of popped up and I wasn't... Oh, is it... Why did that city just change in front of our eyes? Is it because of graphics or is it because they entered a new era? Did we just witness them enter a new era right in front of our eyes? Maybe we did. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure that's what changes the graphics of the cities. What's this stuff called? Man, I'm so bad in terms of video game development. I don't know anything about video game development. Placement, graphic, I don't know. Either way, this is big. Cannon units, they're going to have even more naval dominance. I don't think we're going to see Korea actually even try to reinforce. The city's at 18 population, though. That's a big city to lose. That's their second biggest city. This is almost their capital. So to lose this is huge. Let's check on Siam. Siam still holding on here. Siam has a really good opportunity now that I think about it. If they got to continue to bring boats over, but they've got a really good chance of taking the Marathan capital. Big. That's so big. Ottoman Babylon. Still nothing there. We've got the Huns going to war with Carthage. How is France doing? France is still having trouble. But they're using the Vandal Open Borders Agreement once again. So France and the Vandals like each other. No new settlements, right? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't really look like it. Ooh. Okay. Now, does Ethiopia have open borders? Ethiopia's going to have a tough time going after Carthage. Unless they have open borders, which I don't think they do. But we'll see. Okay, so the Huns moved. And actually Persia moved, didn't they? Oh, that's a weird noise. Just like poof, out of nowhere. Alright. Then we've got Norway going after Carthage. We'll see if anyone big gets involved, like the Ashanti. That could make a big difference. Or the Vandals. The Vandals are doing pretty well for themselves so far. So, so the Huns are very distracted right now, which is interesting. The Goths can't do anything towards the Carthaginians. The Huns are very distracted. They've got 3 different fronts, and they don't have that big of an army. This might not be as much of a landslide as we're thinking. If the Persians didn't have these colonies to the north, this would be really interesting. But that's the problem, is the Huns have pretty much had to spread their army very thin. Persia's not that strong. Persia just has, I think, a huge navy in the Caspian Sea and the Indian Ocean, but the ones in the Indian Ocean are out there exploring. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Siam, man, come on, you got to bring those units over. You have a good opportunity of taking over the capital. You actually do. I was wrong. There is a chance you take over the capital without losing too much. Did Russia settle yet? No, but they've got all 3 settlers here. And the Shanu are coming too. And the Japanese. Ooh, Shanu battleships. Okay. That will make a difference if they go to war right now. That will make a pretty huge difference. Oh, the Chukchi are moving through Shanu territory, so they're somewhat working together. Luckily for Mongolia, this is a very, geographically speaking, good city to defend. Very good city to defend. You know what? I think I didn't miss. I think the Mongolians and the Chukchi have just been at war for a really long time. I think. That's my guess. Oh my gosh, the Huns just want this ice. But you're not the Chukchi Huns. You don't get any bonuses for being in the ice. So what are you doing? Or the snow. Snow, ice. I'm Californian. I don't know what either one of those things two are. So, so I don't really know. We don't know nothing about no weather. But to be honest, I wish it would. Like, as a Californian, I get really, really bored with the weather. So bored to the point where, like, when it rains, you don't understand, like, how many people I know, as myself included, are so happy. And that's probably because we have no water here. But I'm just saying, when we get any sort of extreme weather in California, I'm so happy. It's so fun. I'm sure, like, Texas, Texans and people from the South, people from, like, the Gulf of Mexico are probably thinking I'm so stupid right now because extreme weather is not fun in those locations. Because I've been in extreme weather in kind of the southern U.S., and it sucks. It's so scary. But California, it's all good because it's never that extreme. It's always just kind of fun. Anyways, that was a weird ramble. There it is. That's an interesting city name. So what is that, New York? Somewhat? Sue, New York? Don't sue New York. But, yeah. Looks good to me. Looks like a good city placement. There's Kazakhstan. Wait, where's Japan at? Didn't Japan have another one going in the Pacific towards this location? Or maybe that was the one that went towards Australia. Come on, Russia, settle. What are you doing, Russia? Settle. Hurry up. What are you doing, man? All right, see Siam. Siam's backed away. Maybe they're worried about this reinforcement or something. Let's see what Korea does. Korea and Carthage have peaced out. Yep, Korea's got nothing. Korea's going to protect their capital. They're going to protect Pyongyang, I think, Busan. And that's it. They can't even protect Busan, to be honest. Real quick, let's check on what the Huns do, and then I'm going to stop it right there. They need it. Well, I actually think this is a good idea to not press forward too much on the city, because it's not like they can keep this city anyways. So, yeah, it's not like they can keep this city. Well, there's only Gatling guns. There's no real melee units in here. So I guess I get it. They haven't really begun attacking the city, which I'm guessing they will now. Nope, still nothing. They're attacking this city, which they have a pretty good chance of taking this, but the ones behind the mountains is going to be a little bit tougher. Yeah, they're in an interesting spot. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.